We're going to change the mood here a little bit now and move on to something that CBSNews.com has been covering on an ongoing basis, the series Marijuana Nation, which examines the evolving debate over marijuana legalization. In recent developments, outgoing Governor John Corzine is likely to sign legislation making New Jersey the 14th state to allow chronically ill patients access to medical marijuana. And today, we are joined by comedy legends Cheech Marin and Tommy Chong. Cheech and Chong in town celebrating the Marijuana Policy Project's 15th anniversary gala, and also kicking off their new comedy series, Get It Legal, this Saturday in Boulder, Colorado.
Yeah, our new show, Get It Legal, that's what we're going to do.
So you are speaking tonight to the Marijuana Policy Project. This is a serious organization devoted to getting marijuana legalized.
Yes.
Are you two stoners the best spokespeople for this?
Well, it's mostly music and sign language, you know. So
Oh, okay.
a universal language.
Yeah, we've been around almost as long as pot has been around. So who better to speak for it than us?
So you're going to be honored tonight.
Yes.
What did you say?
Stoners of the century. I
Stoners
think.
of the century. You've done a lot in how many movies? 8?
Something like that.
8 movies, 9 comedy
We're stoners,
albums.
we can't remember.
A bunch.
Quite a few.
But you certainly identify with it. But,
Yes.
But okay, the Marijuana Policy Project is doing something they consider very serious, trying to get pot legalized, particularly for medical use.
Well, they're the ones that are responsible for the initiatives being on the ballot and for getting us where we're at today with the legalization for chronically ill people. The truth is, marijuana really is a medicine, and it's been a medicine for 5,000 years. In China, and in Mexico, Cheech was telling me that was it your grandmother that used a salve that for ailments?
Yeah. She would boil it and make a salve, like for rheumatism and muscle
arthritis.
arthritis,
And
and to get stoned too.
Yeah.
Well, and alcohol's a medicine too. I mean, you put alcohol
Yeah,
in it.
absolutely, absolutely. If you drink red wine, you'll lose the risk of heart attacks.
But of course, the argument that the Marijuana Policy Project makes is it's important to change these policies so people can use it not just for medical purposes, but for recreational purposes.
Well, recreation is a medical. When you look at, say, during the war times, when the troops, they had to have their recreational time. You couldn't just they couldn't just be fighting.
Yeah, but
they had to have their
weed.
They had their R&R. Well,
They didn't have the choice.
In Vietnam, they did.
Yeah,
They got it themselves.
At least the last 3 generations, their preferred intoxicant is marijuana rather than beer. I think we should have a referendum: beer or weed. You
have to choose
which way they'll vote, huh?
You have to choose.
or beer and weed parties. See, there.
But you can see, from the people, the history of the people that are using it, very highly evolved people on this planet use marijuana, and they use it regularly. For instance, one of the greatest athletes in the world, Michael Phelps. He obviously he got
Took
caught.
a lot of heat for that ball.
Well, sure he did, but it's unnecessary heat. It's stupid heat. Because here's a guy that won drug-free. He won all the events because he was tested like crazy. But yet the only drug that he would use recreationally was marijuana.
So I see here that the Marijuana Policy Project is lobbying Congress to reduce the White House drug czar's budget because they say that he's running deceptive ad campaigns.
They are.
Why?
Well, the deceptive, they're saying, for instance,
They say weed is bad. That's bad.
Well, they're saying, the gateway effect, for instance,
right.
Or kids, they're worried about kids, In the meantime, we got gun laws that are so ridiculous that more kids are dying from gunshots.
Okay, but what would you say
And
to...
statistically, by the way, kids have more fear from priests than they do from marijuana. Statistically.
Even so, what would you say to parents who worry legitimately that it could be a gateway drug?
Don't take your kids to church.
Well, to the parents, worry all you want, But I mean, talk to your kids.
Your kids, yeah.
Talk to your kids, Talk to find out really what would you rather have your kid on alcohol or smoking pot.
Or nothing.
You can quit pot. Pot is not addicting, by the way. That's why so many
We
people
smoked it for
in the
30
government.
years and nothing.
Yeah, so many people in the government.
Nothing what?
Yeah, nothing. No addiction.
But so many people in the government themselves, and that are on the opposite side, that smoke pot. And you talk to a lot of lawyers, and they say, "Oh yeah, I tried it. I used to smoke pot. I don't do it anymore, and I don't want my kids doing it." Well, how come if it was good enough for you years ago, why isn't it good enough for your kids to have the same chance that you had?
So if it were legalized beyond medical usage,
Yes.
it'd probably be regulated the way alcohol is regulated.
Exactly. I mean,
As much as
we
you
need
can-
a new tax source, tax base. California has a bill pending before the legislature right now to do exactly that. And we'll see where it gets us. I mean, 50% of all people in prisons right now in the United States are there for drugs. Such a drain on the economy and such a drain on our budget that, and that's not even counting interdiction or trying to track these people down. And that money could be used for much better resources such as education.
Look, you guys know, even though this is the internet
Yeah.
that we're on right now,
Oh, is it?
you know that somebody,
I'm getting all serious for the internet.
you know that somebody out there is going to see this and say, why did you allow these people on to talk about this?
Well, because this is America. And one thing about America, we do have freedom of speech.
Yeah.
I went to jail, by the way, for selling a bong
On the internet.
a water pipe that was shipped across the state line. I went to jail for 9 months.
Yeah.
Thanks to Bush's government, Ashcroft and Mary Beth Buchanan. They put me in jail for the offense of selling a water pipe.
Because it was what,
Because I was,
paraphernalia?
because
crossed state lines.
paraphernalia.
It was
They-
the Hayman Act.
Yeah, they said in my indictment they said that I'd made millions of dollars making movies like Up in Smoke. Therefore, I should go to jail. Now, how American is that?
I don't have a ready response to that.
That's good.
What are you going to do on the tour? I mean, what more can you guys say to get laughs about being stoned?
Jeez, I don't know.
We're going back to our we're going back to our old. We're going to be doing the Santa Claus and his old lady.
Yeah.
We're going to be doing a lot of bits we've never
done
live.
before on stage, before live, and a lot of music. We're musicians at heart,
Right.
so we're going to do a lot more of that. We have this big catalog that all we have to do is go back and, let's try this one out, and
all the
and
different
say,
characters.
Yeah.
It's going to be a really good show. And what we want the people to realize is that the more people that come to our show, the more of a statement they're going to make to help get pot legal.
Yeah.
And so if we get millions of people coming to our show, the press alone will just explode this whole marijuana thing, and we'll have it legal.
It's like ratification right now. I mean, we have 14 states in the Confederation, and we're looking for the rest of them to come and join
And you
up.
figure you'll eventually get a majority?
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely. It's quasi-legal now. It's like immigration. Immigration for Mexicans is quasi-legal. They come in and we'll chase you down when we want you to get out, but come on back, but we'll chase you down. But, but it's that quasi-status, and the same thing with marijuana. I mean, you can walk down the street of any major city and smoke a joint and not get hassled unless they want to hassle you.
And remember,
But they still can.
But they still can. He said that's what we want to eliminate.
marijuana is the reason that the economy still hasn't really totally tanked. Because
What
it's
is the
a
biggest cash crop in California,
it's a
right?
number one cash
Canada,
crop in the world.
It's the biggest. I was doing a movie there some time ago, and the day I got there, the headline of the Vancouver Sun was "Pot, BC's biggest industry, bigger than lumber, bigger than cattle, bigger than any other thing they have."
It's the number one cash crop
and we're
in the
letting
world.
the Canadians get all the money. Come on, Canadians.
All right, guys, we're going to wrap it up. Cheech Marin, Tommy Chong, thank you very much for being with us.
Well, thank
you.
Washington
Our pleasure.
Unplugged.
And can we leave you a joint?
Probably not, at least not on the record.
Oh,
Not
okay.
not on the. Not
Thanks for watching Washington Unplugged. Please join us again tomorrow on CBSNews.com.